point, be sure y'all hit that like button and sub to the channel too. Hit them notifications as well. Late night tip Friday. Feel Good Friday. And we back at it again. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC. Basketball and boxing. You know, man, like Norman Powell, man, is a guy, man, that he should inspire a lot of people, man. Sugar, I see you in the building, sweetie. How you doing? Y'all hit the like, share the video, do all that stuff. Share it, tell everybody about it. Please tell everybody about it. But Norman Powell, man, now, of course, we know Norman Powell ended up going over to Miami from the Clippers. You know, Norman Powell was at an all-star level. Now he did get hurt, I think, late in the season, last season. But nonetheless, Norman Powell was voted as an all-star. Many people were trying to go at me and saying that he shouldn't have been an all-star and all this other stuff that they were saying. All this nonsense that they were saying about him. He didn't deserve to be an all-star, which was cap. He was averaging around 21, 22 points, somewhere along those lines last year. This season, Norman Powell has even went up. He's went up higher in scoring. Not with Miami, and they also have a better record. They're 9-6 right now, which, I mean, it's decent. I mean, it's way better than the Clippers. But this was the stupidest thing that the Clippers could have done. You know, they could have done everything that they could to try to keep a guy like Norman Powell. But you even had some of the Clippers fans that were kind of doubting Norman Powell. Me, myself, I was like, nah, man, you want to do everything that you can to try to keep a guy like Norman Powell. Okay, he has a little age on him, but I mean, it ain't like he's 40. I think Norman Powell, 31, something like that, 32 or something. But the guy is still balling. The guy is consistent. Now he's averaging around like 25.6 points, shooting a high percentage. Miami, he put Miami in position to win, having a good time out Miami. And on top of that, you know, his conditioning always going to be good out there. So props to Norman Powell. Now you see how the Clippers are diminishing. And see, that's why everybody is continuing to get on the Clippers. You know, man, like, you know, the Clippers have had a whole lot of stuff that's been going on with that organization. You know, some of the players do want to come out there and really, truly play. Like, I believe that, you know, James Harden, he truly wants to come out there. He wants to play, you know. Other players, they truly want to come out there and want to play. But you got injuries that have taken place to, of course, Kawhi, you know what I'm saying, who's sitting out. Bradley Beal going to be out for the season. Derrick Jones Jr., one of my personal favorite, Derrick Jones Jr., he's going to be out for about 6 weeks. So the Clippers right now, man, they're looking at, I know they're looking at Norman Powell. You know, the upper management looking at Norman Powell. They're saying, man, I know they're beating themselves up that they let a guy like that go. But it's not necessarily about the Clippers. I'm giving my props to Norman Powell because he deserves it. I mean, Norman Powell, he's been through a journey. You know, he to me, Norman Powell's the underdog, man. He's the underdog, and he done came and he done did everything that he can, and he's still hitting the ground running. Everybody continue, they overlooked him and everything. Nah, this star. This guy comes in there, handles his business, don't say nothing. This is why I'm talking about these two guys in the same light. I'm getting ready to talk about SGA too. I'm getting ready to talk about SGA. And everybody was like, who is this guy? Who is Norman Powell and everything? Nah, Norman Powell can hoop, man. Norman Powell is hoop. It's just that, you got so blinded by everybody, all the stars and stuff like that, but you don't want to talk about the guys that need to be talked about, the guys that put in hard work, the guys that appreciate this game. You could tell Norman Powell, he appreciates the game. He's not out there just, for the fame or for the money or none of that other stuff. Nah, he want to go out there. He want to go ball. That's what he wants to do. So I give a lot of props to Norman Powell, man. Now, what is he? Championship or anything like that? I don't know about that one. But they're looking pretty damn successful right now. He's loving where he plays. They're staying quiet. Miami is quietly getting things done, even though they're 9-6 right now. I mean, they're above us. I think they're in that they in the fifth spot. I think we're in the sixth spot, if I'm not mistaken. We're in the sixth or seventh spot, something like that. But they're one game above the Sixers. They at 9-6. We're at 9-6 too, or whatever. But Norman Powell is that guy. He needs to be taken seriously. I started noticing Norman Powell a couple seasons ago. And then he just had that breakout season with the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? The guy can shoot. He can slash. You know what I'm saying? Get to the rack. Plays respectable defense. Works hard. You know what I'm saying? Always gonna show up. I know he had a couple of injuries and whatnot, but more often than not, he gonna show up. Hard worker. And I don't blame. Hell, in Miami, hey, make the best of it. Make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna pay me what I want, and I know, it's probably the risk factor. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at his age and stuff like that. But Pat Riley, as much as I've criticized Pat Riley, especially with the Jimmy Butler situation and stuff, Pat Riley does give opportunity. Now, Pat Riley is a control freak, but I believe that in the culture of Miami, Powell is going to thrive over there. You know what I'm saying? Which was a good move for him. Like I said, what they doing to me, man? I'm sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. I don't know what they doing to me. They're trying to mess up the stream right now. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me though. But the Clippers right now, man, are in shambles. They got a bunch of legal trouble to make matters worse. They're in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, whether it's injuries, legal battles, stuff that's going on under the deal, and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Under the table stuff. You keep going in and out. Can you hear me now? Am I okay right now? Let me know if I'm okay. Am I good? Hopefully I'm good. I think it was because I was in a bad area though. Let me know if I'm good. But like I said, the they're going nowhere fast. I'm good. Okay, all right. Their organization is going nowhere fast. Uh, I know they're beating themselves up because now you're looking at a guy like SGA, and SGA was when he first came in. Cause I looked at SGA in college. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, I don't know if this guy is gonna pan out in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I kind of overlooked him, man. I didn't know what he was gonna become. You know what I'm saying? I looked at him in college in Kentucky. I said to myself, I said, I don't know. Now, was I laughing at him and stuff like that, like some people were doing? Nah, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Cause I saw some things here and there that because on their team I remember them they had him and PJ Washington played on the same team that he did over there in Kentucky or whatever. But man, I looked at SGA, man, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if this guy. I don't know what he gonna become. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think that really he was gonna go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because he was averaging like 14. He was averaging like 14 points, something like that. And I said, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this guy is capable of or whatever. But we'll see. Didn't really pay attention to him too much. But then I started to really I think I paid attention to him. I forget what game it was, man. Now, this is when the I didn't pay too much attention to him with the Clippers, but I'm thinking like it was his first or second season with the Thunder. I say there's something there. It's something that could possibly happen with them. And then all of a sudden, man, OKC, they had a remarkable season. People were like, oh, it's luck, it's beginner's luck, and nobody really expecting this from the Thunder or whatever. And then all of a sudden they just started winning out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They just came out of nowhere. And I always look, this is another thing too. I gotta say this. With Sam Presti, a lot of people laughed not only at SGA, but they also laughed at Sam Presti at what he was doing. I want to get on my ass, man. This dude right here. There you go. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what's going on with me. Trying to get it together, y'all. My bad. But SGA, man, I looked at the team and they were winning. They started winning out of nowhere, and I was like, what? I said, man, where is this coming from? But I had to remember all of those draft picks that Sam Presti got, and people thought he was insane for the moves that he was making and some of the stuff that he was doing. Nobody saw the method to his madness. But I started seeing it, man, and now the rest is history. Now these guys can't be stopped, and they got a formula right now. I mean, they got Jeff Teague up in here saying that SGA can possibly be the next best thing above both Magic and Steph. That's how they got a formula that's just working right now. And I don't think people, and see, that's what I like. They're not paying attention to them. They're overlooking them. They still want to look at the Lakers. Of course, that's never going to stop. You got some people looking at the Celtics. Okay, you still got people looking at all these other teams. You know what I'm saying? When the Thunder are clearly taking over and they're on pace to just obliterate the next couple of seasons. And I don't think people understand that how young these guys are. Okay, SGA is 26. That's the tip of his prime. You really don't hit your prime to enter in. He's just entering in his prime. And he's 20 years old. If he continues to play the way that he's playing, you know what I'm saying? Let's say he played like 7 more years, he could get like 4 championships at this level. And the thing that's scary, they're doing it without J-Dub. That's the thing. And nobody is paying attention to it. And that's what I love. They laughed at SGA in the beginning. They did not give this dude a chance. And that's what I like. Because they're not paying attention to him. And all of a sudden, they're like, wow, where did this guy come from? And that's how a lot of the champions, that's what happened to them. Like Tim Duncan and the Spurs and stuff like that. They overlooked them and stuff like that. And they're like, wow, the Spurs in the championship? It happened to the Nuggets one year. One year, you know what I'm saying? The Nuggets was in there. They're like, wow, the Nuggets are in the championship? But that wasn't anything that was consistent or whatever. That just happened to be that year. But I'm trying to think of who else was kind of like that too. Was just in the mix. Utah was another team. Now they never won. They never capitalized or anything. But it was just like, damn, Stockton and Malone, they in this bitch again. You know what I'm saying? Like, but unfortunately they didn't win. But OKC, it's like, damn, OKC is 15-1, and they quietly getting it done. Now, had it been Golden State, guess what? It would be national news. Had it been the Lakers, it'd be national news. They not looking at it like that. It's like, oh, okay, they're the Thunder. No, well, and they're still not taking them serious. They don't take SGA serious. Okay, he's not leading the league in scoring. Luka is. But the thing about it is you have to understand that this guy he was the MVP, the finals MVP, and on top of that, the champion or whatever. So he has to be respected or whatever. But people still don't respect him. They talking about the whole free throw thing. They talking about, oh, he herky-jerky and all this other stuff. Man, I don't want to hear any of this. This dude can ball, and he's going to continue to ball. And he's doing it short-handed, and he has yet to miss a game. He got yet to miss a game. And everybody just sitting here overlooking him. They haven't, they sitting here laughing at the dude. Like, well, they're not laughing no more. They not laughing no more. And then when they get beat by him, they can't understand it. They're like, oh, wow. I got beat by a guy, because of the free throws and all this other stuff. No, you just got beat by a guy that's better than you, that's been in the gym, that's been working. He's been in the lab, unlike all of y'all. All of y'all worried about social media and doing this and doing that, podcasts and stuff like that. Meanwhile, he in the lab. He's in the lab, you know what I'm saying? He's getting better. Everybody else worried about getting injured Everybody else trying to nurse injuries and stuff. Meanwhile, guess what? This guy getting better. This guy's healthy, making no excuses. He could make all the excuses in the world. Let's not forget, that's another thing too. Last season, okay, he went through the same trials and tribulations. He didn't have Chet. I think J-Dub was out too. At one point, both of them were out, and guess what? They were still getting it done. Now, were they getting it done at this rate? No, but I mean, nevertheless, more often than not, they were winning. The only one that I feel like can challenge the Thunder is maybe Houston, but other than that, and I don't even think Houston can. The thing that's going to say Houston is shooting. You know what I'm saying? But we'll have to see it in the point guard play. But in the beginning, though, they didn't take them serious, and they're not taking them serious now. Guys like they continue to get looked at, and it's ironic because people play for the team. SGA he's not taking his foot off the gas pedal at all. He's going to continue to get better. I think he's going to continue to grind. It's a shame because you look at these guys and you saying to yourself, you like, man, these guys just, you can't even say that because they've been grinding for so long. They've been getting it done for so long. If SGA is able to three-peat, that's going to put him in the class. If SGA and the Thunder, I should say the Thunder too, because it is a team game. We always got to remember that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just SGA though, but SGA is seen as a great player. And this is not people sitting up there saying, "Oh well, it's because of the team and all this." He's been getting it done shorthanded. Like I told you, Chet, he was hurt. He was hurt last season. Didn't have him for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? Chet came through, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? Was able to contribute and stuff. But for the most part, it has been SGA. Let's not forget this is a guy, he's capable of getting you 30, 40, 50. You know what I'm saying? He's capable of scoring, you know what I'm saying? He can score at will. I just like the fact that this guy, he always shows up. I'm pretty sure he's had some little knick-knack injuries. I'm pretty sure he tweaked something here and there, but he hasn't let it bother him. This guy is mentally strong, man. This guy is mentally strong. I think he's hard on himself, too. I think he's hard on himself. But, you know, people laughed and people said, "What are you doing?" All this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? When they talked about, him, Paul George and them throwing in all them guys in there for Paul George and stuff. Now you're like, damn. I know the Clippers, the Clippers are like, damn, man, we let another good one go. We could have, if we just stuck with them. But that's the impatience. Sam Presti, that's another thing about Sam Presti. He was patient. He was patient. So you got to give that guy credit, man. But do they have enough to three-peat? I think so. Hell, they could probably win 4 if things, played out right, because I think it was Stephen Green. I think Stephen Green was like, players are gonna want more money, stuff like that, which it is true. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some guys, hey, a contract year. You know what I'm saying? I think I should be, getting some money. I helped bring a championship to this franchise, another one to this franchise and everything. I think it's time that, what I'm saying, we discuss, getting some more money. And see, that's what I'm afraid of, man. Because then people, that's what tears teams apart is the money. It's the money, man. Money and egos. And a lot of guys, they might feel, some people might feel undervalued, underappreciated, which I highly doubt, because everybody seems like they love it over there with the Thunder. The fans appreciate them. These fans over there, OKC, I mean, in Oklahoma City, I mean, you don't really have it. Oklahoma City, the best thing that they got over there, man. And look, I'm not disrespecting Oklahoma City. I've been there before, but Oklahoma City, man, they got a few outlets. You know what I'm saying? You got the oil. You know what I'm saying? Oil rigs, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, Oklahoma City, man, is. These fans don't really have anything to look forward to except, their high school and college team. What up, Alex? I see you in the building, man. So, like I said, man, go ahead and continue to overlook SGA. Go ahead and continue to overlook players like Norman Powell. You're gonna get a rude awakening because these guys gonna come out of nowhere. He's on a trajectory, and I'm talking about Norman Powell to be an all-star. To me, is the way that he's playing, he could be an all-star again. Of course, we would have to see in the East if they gonna do it East and West or whatever. We have to see who the starting backcourt is, because I already know Cade Cunningham going to be at the 1. Question is, who's going to be at that 2 spot? Then who's going to be at that 3? Who's going to be at the 4? In terms of the All-Star. But yeah, man, SGA, man, he quietly getting it done once again. I don't know if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander been praying to Kobe and Kobe been Kobe been talking to him through spirit. I don't know if he talking to having regular talks with Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's having regular talks with Magic, which I'm quite sure he talks to several people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But this guy is doing stuff that we hadn't seen in a long time. And this is another thing too. I don't see SGA as a point guard. I really don't. I don't see him as a point guard, but he's listed as a point guard. But I don't see him as a point guard. I classify him as a shooting guard or a combo guard. It's the same thing with Steph Curry. If I'm going to do that with Steph Curry, then I got to do the same thing with SGA. See, Steph Curry didn't run the point guard position the traditional way. Now, could he be a ball handler? Could he facilitate, do all that other stuff? Yeah, he could, you know what I'm saying? But he was known for pulling up, you know what I'm saying, and shooting it lights out, you know what I'm saying, even moving without the ball. More often than none, you had great Draymond Green running the show, running the offense, you know what I'm saying. He was the one that was handling the rock and all that stuff. Steph Curry, more often than none, like to come off the pick. That was his game, you know what I'm saying? So, but they had him listed at point guard. But to me, SGA is a shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? He's a shooting guard to me. How tenacious he is offensively. He's tenacious on defense. Yeah, this guy right here, man, he's something ridiculous, man. But like I said, man, and I'm sticking to my gun. Cypress TV, man, I'm sticking to what I said, man. It's gonna be the Thunder. They're gonna win. They're gonna win more than 73 games. I don't need them to tie it. What I need them to do is get that be 74. I want them to be 74-8. That's all I need them to do. Just be 74-8. We'll be straight with that. Hell, hey, let's see if they'll be 75. Let's see if they'll be 75-7. I'm cool with that. I'd have been good with 76-6. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Either way, I want them to be better than 73-9. That's what I would like them to do. Now, I know I was tripping, but I did say that, I might have been capping a little bit. I might have been going, a little bit overboard when I said, they damn near could win 80 games. But hell, that's what it feel like. It feel like they about to go 80-2. That's what it feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might fuck around be the opposite of go to that. They might be 79-3. But and there's another thing. Everybody is coming at the Thunder. You know what I'm saying? They're giving it their best shot. Like, they're the champ. Platinum. A-Sean was trying to do everything that they could the first time they played them. Now, for some strange reason, I'm getting the feeling that H-Town is going to get back. As soon as I see that they start losing some games and stuff like that, you're going to tell already that, okay, Polo, your bet didn't work. Then, of course, I would have to pay the brother Cypress TV. You know what I'm saying? I would have to be like, I was wrong. Here you go. But I'm telling you, they're gonna get that record. And not only are they gonna win that, they get that record and they gonna win the championship. They gonna repeat. Might even fuck around three-peat the way that they playing. Especially if they got all their people coming back too. They already got all their chemistry. Shit, hell yeah, they might fuck around, man. End up being the only team in the 2020 in the 2020s that was able to repeat. So that's how I feel about it. Some of y'all might feel different about SGA. Me, this guy's a winner. This guy's a winner, man. And his winning mindset is contagious. He leads vocally and he leads by example. He one of those types like he could tell you, okay, this is what you need to do and stuff like that. But people are actually willing to listen to him because he has been successful. He's doing it at a high level. You know what I'm saying? There was some success that came with it. You know what I'm saying? Winning a championship is not easy in the NBA by any means. When we won my first year of playing, when I was playing when I was playing ball, I had to learn some things. I didn't even start on the championship that we had won, but then I got my chance to start when we were playing tournaments, you know, and got the championship. How to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of learning curves that you got to understand, and when you're trying to win a championship, man, everybody got to be on the same page, man. That's why, like with Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman, that situation right there, to me, that was an important situation because Michael Jordan even admitted, hey, they need Dennis Rodman, man. They needed Dennis Rodman. Whatever you had to do, look, get your ass some, look, whatever drink you had, whatever cigar you had, whatever woman that you were touching, you know what I'm saying, the night before, whatever, go get you some coffee, sober up, you know what I'm saying? Get your ass back, you know, we're going to get your ass back on the plane, you know what I'm saying? Get you hydrated or whatever. Bam, come in there, grab about 20 rebounds. That 20 rebounds was vital. That defense was vital to their championship. And that's what I'm saying about these, like Alex Caruso, he's an important piece to OKC. Lou Dort, he's an important piece. Isaiah Joe, important piece. We know Chet is very important piece. You know, and like I said, SGA, he's doing his thing and stuff. But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like you don't need Jalen Williams. You need that guy. You need that guy. Now, if they win without Jalen Williams, if they win with J-Dub, props to them. And more importantly, that's gonna tell you even more the greatness of an SGA. Why you need a guy like him. So keep on overlooking the Thunder. Keep on talking down. Keep on like, you know, thinking that these guys, you know, are a team that, you know what I'm saying, you just want to overlook and stuff, man. No, they're not. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that we having this conversation, you know, because they've already proven themselves. Now, it's like they're still taking the Thunder lightly. I don't know why, man. Like they act like this team didn't just obliterate the Indiana Pacers. Of course, we know what happened. Halliburton ended up getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I, I don't know, man. I still don't think they would have had a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. And like I said, I fuck with Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Halliburton. But I don't think they would have had a chance, man. I don't think they would have had a chance. But I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand why these guys, like, they used to do, like I said, they used to do the same thing with Tim Duncan. They did the same thing with Tim Duncan, man. Just overlook the Spurs and stuff. Like, to me, like, why are you overlooking OKC? OKC is a pretty exciting team to watch too. They had like OKC is like boring to watch or something like that. No, these guys, you got some guys on there that will get up and dunk on your ass. You got some guys on there that can catch your alley-oop. You got guys on there that can pull up from deep. You got guys on there that can pin your shit to the glass. I mean, like, what is we talking about here, man? Like, these guys, they bring a level of excitement to the game, And like I said, a lot of people always talk about, the Spurs weren't excited and stuff like that. I beg to differ. Ginobili was exciting to watch. Ginobili was quick to bang on your ass, especially coming through the middle. He would Euro step your ass and stuff like that, Tony Parker, he had somewhat of an excitement to his game, you know what I'm saying? Because it was fun to watch a guy like Tony Parker come through and score at will. People gotta forget. People tend to forget that Tony Parker, this guy was a Finals MVP against LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying? That was Tony Parker that won that Finals MVP. That was Tony Parker. So, besides that, man, I just want to speak my piece on that. Make sure y'all like this video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications too. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC, basketball, boxing. I'm out.